Ta-da. Sebastian, back again. Thrifter, reseller, collector. Going to go over a couple recent object and art finds, and I'll start right off. This first one I found particularly interesting because it seems fairly innocuous. It's an older vintage Coca-Cola bottle, amber color. Now, the reason it stood out to me, this came out, most of these are sourced from Goodwill, was that this is before my time even. But the cool thing is, you look at the font on there and it said Pittsburgh, PA. So you had the manufacturing on there from where it was coming from. And believe it or not, so this was, they didn't price it up. They priced it at around $2. But this has value. I can't tell you if it's antique, like over 100 years, but it's old. And estimated value, I think it's over 75. So that's pretty good. Now, this is a funky one. This is not an old piece necessarily, but this is an Aboriginal didgeridoo. It's got the beeswax on the end there, just like a musical instrument. I don't know much about it, obviously. But it's got a cool bird on there. And it's done in that Aboriginal style. And it's signed. Can I show you? There we go. Large piece. Very cool. I like this. I like a lot of the Aboriginal art and style. Next, going into, oh yeah, this one I got to be careful because it's so heavy. This thing is deceptively heavy. Hopefully I have the, the lift capacity to show you adequately. Now this is, I believe 80s. Kind of Hollywood Regency Art Deco style, but it's for the fireplace. And it's actually worth a decent amount of money because, so I paid $16 on it after coupon. This is a Goodwill. And, the ones I'm seeing online, they seem to sell for probably around $500. You believe that? I mean, this stuff is very in vogue, and actually I like it a lot myself. 80s Art Deco, and I have a friend who really loves that stuff too. And it's a beautiful decor in my opinion. Now, I've been picking up some lamps. Lamps, are they the true kiss of death within reselling? It definitely could be one of them because, I like to joke. I was joking with a pal. Oh yeah, man, I'm like a squirrel, but instead of gathering nuts, I'm gathering like stuff like this. And now I have endless amounts of lamps. So like when the apocalypse comes, no, I won't have food or medicine or water and things that actually matter. I'm going to have like a stock of vintage lamps. But these are cool. Pastel colored vintage Southwest table lamps. So that's when I start I start laughing thinking about, oh my God, I got lamp problems. God damn it, I love it. Now this one is actually a good one here. I got this the other day. This I need to take the sticker off. That's why I have it separated right now. But this is a mica lamp, M-I-C-A. I believe it's the material used on here, possibly, and it's copper. This stuff. Now it has a little bit of wear, but these are valuable lamps. Valuable? I'm talking like $600, $800. I mean, would I spend that much on it? Maybe if I had a ton of money and I just, because I mean, you're investing in your home decor when you do this stuff, and if it's good quality and good craftsmanship, which I believe that's what it is, and I think it's made here in Arizona. So that one I actually paid $24 on. So decently paid up for a lamp, but definitely cool. The other thing for lamps is I would say, some of this home decor stuff, you're not facing resellers. There are people that do this kind of stuff, but it's not as many as, say, in clothing. The clothing and these things, there's fewer barriers to entry. Whereas for objects, there can be a lot of money, but you're facing various types of challenges. Hey, you have to really figure out what you're going to pick up because you're often having to truly commit physical space for the storage of it. That's where it kills you. You know, a lot of people, they can't do that. I mean, and it makes sense, you know. Otherwise, you end up like being a squirrel with just a million ass lamps all around the goddamn place. And, you know, I mean, I never said I wasn't crazy. No, but this is cool. No, it's beautifully done. The ornamental elements on there. And I'll show you the. I gotta be careful of my my fan, you know. Oh, and if I can show you, I want to show you this. So it's very old. Is it antique? I'm not sure. But it's got some old manufacturing imprints on there from the U.S. So it's definitely an interesting piece. And I need to study it more because I couldn't really ballpark get it correct when I was just looking it up in terms of just the design aesthetic. But what I'll do is I'll research the manufacturer on the bottom and really try and key in on when that might be from, proper ways to describe that piece, these kind of things. Because a lot of the things for when it's a good piece, but if you don't describe it well, I mean, that can make or break you all the way, you know. Same with how you present the photos on stuff like that. You know, when you're dealing and say even high, I don't know if that's particularly high value, but higher value items, presentation matters even more. Like even just for a t-shirt, presentation matters. But it's going to really, really matter if you're trying to say, I want $1,000 for this thing. Well, you better actually make it look good, you know, make its qualities come out. Georgia O'Keeffe poster. Wonderful. These can sell pretty well. Let's see. It's, I can't tell the particular date right there. And I'm a little leery of my fan that's going on over there. You know, I'm here in Phoenix and you know, we're getting nuked by the heat already, you know. So, oh man, you know, I forgot to tell you, there are people helping me behind the scenes in this operation. Now, you might have met Ralph, you know, my little polo bear. You met some of the Donald Ducks. They don't really help, but they're just around for vibes. And then this, do you know this guy? This is Larry. Larry has been behind, he actually knows the Lacoste alligator. That's like his cousin. So he's connected. And that's part of the reason why I like Lacoste. Because I need to appease Larry and be on Larry's good side. But Larry's helping me. And, you know, you see this dumbass stack of just clothing I have racked up here like an absolute madman. Larry told me that, you know, if I have trouble selling that stuff, he'll just eat it for me. Like literally eat it. So, I mean, that's helpful to know that I got a backstop in case, you know, I can't sell that stuff. So, anyways, I'm happy for you to meet more members of the team so you can understand I'm not doing this alone. This is a beautiful watercolor painting of, oh man, I'm totally blanking. It's a cathedral rocks or something like that. It's a fairly well-known spot here in Arizona. So you'll get quite a few artists, landscape artists that do this particular scene. But this is a very nicely done watercolor. It's signed and everything. The price on that, man, I've been forgetting to give you the prices on some of this stuff. Like some of those lamps, I paid around 10 to 12 bucks. This one was about $12. So not bad at all. I mean, for an original watercolor that's well done, even if the artist is not that well known, if it's got elements, this is Southwest elements, so people that live here are going to want that, or, you know, like to decor with it. And even people that are just fans of the Southwest. This was interesting here. This is an old advertising poster for a railroad. What was it? Burlington? Was it Burlington? Yeah, Burlington route for the Shoshone Canyon in California. Fairly old. Now, paid $4 on this. Price sells for about $100. I've seen some comps out there around there. So, quite solid. I caught that on a fresh will. Otherwise, that's probably something somebody would know to snag because the railroad stuff, no, Lionel trains, I mean, don't touch that stuff. That stuff is just, I mean, it's not that it's bad per se. It's just a dying niche. but old vintage and antique railroad stuff. That the advertising and things like this in the books can be very good because there's huge interest on it. It's hugely tied to American culture and development and history. So this, I love this artist, Morris Louis. They were abstract artist. To me, a little bit in the vein of Rothko, where there's just a kind of a mystical quality to the work. Now, I don't mean to be like projecting all sorts of stupid art bullshit onto these things, but it's, for me, it's very peaceful and just beautifully done. Now, he's an artist. I found a really nice art book of his a while back, and sold pretty good. I mean, $80, I want to say, something like that, 80, 90. Beautiful art book. Like I often say, oh, that would be such a cool one to keep in my own library. But it was huge. And, at the rate at which I get books, I'm not keeping a 20-pound book. That's crazy. Now, I've been finding, and as I've been learning, I've been finding some Asian, vintage Asian art. I think a lot of these particular pieces that I'm going to show you right now, 70s, 80s. So it's not like deep vintage, but they're cool. And I'll tell you on this one, paid about 14 around there. This is cool. This is on silk embroidered. I'm bad at the American birds sometimes. But how good do you think I am with the Asian birds? I'm orders of magnitude worse. Some kind of pheasant, maybe? Please correct if you actually know your birds. But this is a great piece. I really love it. I don't know the value. I mean, I'll estimate $1 million. Just so I can give you a number. This artist, I found one of their exhibition posters before. Osan. I'm kind of blanking on their name right now. But this is really cool. These I believe are sparrows. If I'm failing at my sparrows, then I'm in big ass trouble. But a lovely piece. Now, paid $4 on this. Honestly, I'll probably list that one online for maybe 75 to 100. Locally, maybe 40, 50 bucks. But I just like it. So, sometimes for those things, I will just pick them up because they particularly appeal to me. And I'll be happy to have them in my store. Here's another one. I mean, I did, in kind of back-to-back days, I found quite a few of these pieces because I don't find them that often, especially ones that are really like interesting, these Asian scenes. Some are better than others, obviously, like in anything. I didn't even really look. What are these birds? Yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't know those. They look like some sort of game birds, like our quails, but without the little tufts. We have a ton of quails here. They're the goddamn best. They make these little sounds that they sound like they're being squeezed, like little plushies. And it's absolutely adorable. And you'll see them, running around with their all the little ones. But unfortunately, this is a bit of a sad part of it is, they have so many babies, but the attrition rate because of the elements and predators is extraordinary. So, as the days and weeks go by, maybe they start with 12, but at the end they got like 2 or 3. It always makes me a bit sad. But quail are cool. I love them. It's like the Roadrunners here. I see a Roadrunners every once in a while. And originally I hated Roadrunners because of the cartoon. And I was like, Roadrunners are bastards, because they're just taunting little bastards. But now I'm like, oh no, I like seeing the Roadrunners. They are tough birds. They will eat snakes, like rattlesnakes. So I think rattlesnakes. And they will eat scorpions. So, you know what? When I see a roadrunner, I'm like, cool, you're just cleaning up the neighborhood there. It's like the king snakes, too. They'll eat the rattlesnakes. I know that. So when you see a king snake, I mean, the first time I came across one, I jumped like 20 feet in the air out of fear. But now I'm like, oh, that's our pal. That's our neighbor. I haven't seen one in a little while, but we sometimes will have one, that's like kind of living in the area. But the roadrunners, I have a saying now that when you see one, you get 10 years good luck. So you stack up good luck. Now, this is a Matisse poster lithograph. This actually, interestingly enough, has potentially good value because, oh no, man, I just realized something stupid though. They cut the bottom of it and pasted it on the back. It'll still have value, but that, I mean, come on. That, I do kind of hate it when people do that. It's still decent, but like if it had been, you know, not cut up, probably be worth like $500, $400 or $500, like a good amount of money. So, still a cool piece, but that's kind of unfortunate. I wasn't putting that together, you know, because I just grabbed, I saw it was Matisse, and I'm like, oh, awesome, you know. So, anyways, it happens. It's all right, you know. You get the pieces as they are, and it's still a good piece. This is a vintage U.S. Marines poster, Semper Fi. Beautiful design right there. This one's actually fairly hard to find and should have decent value. Let me tell you, price, paid a little over 10. Not bad. No, actually, that might be everything. I gotta double check because I get a little disorganized in my nonsense here. No, that's good. I don't know if you had any favorites, any comments, corrections. I'm a little bummed about that Matisse though that it got cut. Damn. But yeah, always remember, keep having fun and peace. Bye.